back then.
Yeah, but there was
not when he signed.
Not just that, but the message was different.
Marvin
Hip hop
was young
back
when
in
he
the day
signed.
was baby, baby, please, I love you, baby, baby, please. These new niggas be talking about suck my dick, bend over backwards on hip hop. I mean on R&B.
But them niggas just looked old back then too.
Yeah,
he
bro.
might have been 19.
And
when I get that feeling, world be free.
Nah, he was
He's
older.
such an old soul nigga. World be free.
I'm just saying them niggas look bad back then, bro. That was real oppression by the white man. Like, it's no other reason that she look like that.
All right, so we signing
With
over.
the fuzzy TV screen.
All I'm saying, bro, is if
Malone.
a rapper showed their fan base they starter home that cost $700,000, your career might be over. If a rapper showed a nigga they Toyota Corolla, your career might be over.
He was 22.
Facts.
So his first album came out.
That's young. I would say culturally, that's our main thing because to be honest, like if you get $1 million advance or a $500,000 check, essentially you should be able to set something up. But when you get that, you talk about it all the time. Oh, you looking good. You got the watch. You got the chain. You got this. You got the people with you. Blah blah. All that shit costs money. So once we start leaning into that, and a nigga got to blow the first 500 to get right.
So
a down payment on a $2 million house is $200,000. I mean, $1 million, $200,000. $2 million house is, you know, $400,000. So if you get that in a decent neighborhood where your kids can go to public school, where you don't gotta be overly fly, where you don't gotta do all that extra shit, then you got generational wealth. So we can't say that niggas can't set up generational wealth when we say that motherfuckers getting millions of dollars and I could have been a dentist, I could have been a lawyer. Them niggas.
No, you make a good point, but that's tiny generational wealth.
What?
You know what I'm talking about? South African shit.
No, I'm not gonna be ignorant. I'm not gonna be
Nigerian
ignorant.
Joe, yo.
But I see the point. But no, niggas don't want to do what you talking about.
Well, that because they told they
don't
can't
know.
do it. Niggas
No,
just do what
because
they
they
think is
told
cool.
that it's whack.
Bro, niggas do what they think is cool. Bro.
Yes, they've been told that that's whack. So now we gonna lean away from that because that's corny. Mad shit got a negative stigma to it. I don't want to name that nigga. Nick Cannon is the man. In our culture, Nick Cannon is the man. We don't give him the same praise that we give a little dirty street nigga that got 17 chains on.
Don't say we.
I'm talking about.
We collectively.
I know, but that's a part of the problem that I want to highlight in this conversation. Hip hop will have us thinking it's a we when that's just
not a we.
small number of people that's on.
It's not a small number. I disagree, but it's cool.
I agree with Ish,
In the overall, when we stop talking about the group you talking about, I think enough of them recognize that Nick Cannon is the man, right? That's all I'm
not
saying.
culturally.
You don't think so?
Nick Cannon, no.
Nick
They'll
Cannon is on
recognize
season 21 of this show.
And nobody don't care about that show.
That's not
That's
true.
not true.
I wouldn't say people don't care about
I'm
the
not
show.
saying that. I'm
It's not
talking
true.
about the masses don't look at Nick Cannon in the light that he should be looked at.
Nick Cannon has historically been treated as quote unquote corny.
Corny.
Yeah.
Well, when he was
Absolutely.
doing fucking Gigolo.
Gigolo.
Bro, it was hard.
No.
Dun, 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 dun.
You know, come on. It's Joe Spice today. I'm going to get you.
Joe Spice.
You ain't going to dish Watch the Throne and pick up Gigolo.
I just said it wasn't a classic. And we ain't gonna go back to that. Though. Go ahead.
No, I want to
didn't
get back
diss
to that later. Only Watch the Throne.
But he's right though. The cultural shit that has been instilled in us is need to be shifted.
Eat Sleep, I love you. The mattress cover has changed my life, and here is why. I adjust my temperature, so right when I enter my bed, it is cold. Like cold, where you want to snuggle in the cover.
Well, I agree with that.
Yeah, like I went to Portugal, I felt like a nigga.
Because you're a nigga.
I'm not a nigga.
Think them light eyes change some shit. You down, nigga. You down with us. Your P.O. box right by Shorty's. You ain't trying to say, you down with us.
Yo, Bob, man.
But why? But
Well, why did you
Speak
feel
to
that way?
Because the stuff that we glorify, like, let me give you an example. Here we go, my examples. If I go in my closet, I literally might have 200 grand, 300 grand in my closet. That is some nigga shit. When I could have a vacation home in
Portugal.
Ibiza, yeah, Portugal. You get what I'm saying? So that's the shit that we've been taught to put on a high priority list, looking fly, being fly, as opposed to what he's saying, nigga, I could have took 100 of that and put it in the universal insurance policy.
like the shit Jeezy
and
said.
lived
Why,
off of
hold
that
on.
shit for mad long.
Why y'all always say y'all been taught that when it was niggas like you and him telling y'all the better way to do it and y'all didn't listen? Niggas just wanted to go the other route.
True.
There's
Everybody-
niggas. There was,
Why?
hold on,
Why
hold
do
on,
you
let me
think
finish.
that is?
There was older niggas preaching the same shit on the corner, 125th. There was other niggas in hip hop talking about generational wealth and what to do, and we chose not to listen because it was fly to follow. That was a choice that
I'm
we
agreeing
made.
with you.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you.
People make that choice. I hate the
I'll tell
puppet
somebody the
master
other
shit.
way, and I still make the dumb choice.
I agree with that. It's more infuriating today because maybe at that point my dad didn't see a
have the
viable
knowledge.
path to get to millions of dollars.
True.
Today it's just a little more frustrating because it's like, yo, we have examples of us everywhere getting to it. So now it just looked like a lot more of a conscious choice today.
I think it's harder today. Go ahead, Ice.
No, I'm saying the problem today also, you can get the more money, you still don't have the education behind what to do with the money.
I agree with
And
that.
that's why
I agree with
that knowledge information needs
But
to be.
it's inflation though, bro, because assets, like you talking about getting to millions of dollars instead of acquiring assets. And having assets is how you get to millions of dollars because money is inherently worthless. So
Well, these people are the asset.
as far
They're
as who?
not. But they don't own themselves.
Are you talking about the
So
artist?
they may be an asset to somebody
I
else.
don't think the artist is the asset. I think the artist is like the vehicle or the IP. The artist is essentially the conveyor belt of Frito-Lay, but then you still got to make the product. So you living in an era of music and television and film where we literally don't have a product anymore. If once the movie theater's over with, that's going to be a whole nother conversation. But in music, we don't really have product anymore.
I think he's right, but I think when you say the artist is the asset. They're just not an asset for themselves.
But let me ask you a question. How was the artist the asset if the artist is the thing that's the artist is a means to an end as far as the asset is the song, right? You can we've seen countless times again that there's a formula for songs. Like there, of course, you have genius in its own, you know. It's you have people that have the genius in their own way. I don't want to call niggas geniuses because I hate when we do that because niggas don't even go to school no more. But
It's a fact.
when we have an artist that is supposed to give us a thing, and if you can't produce the thing, then your value as an artist is worthless. But that thing is gonna exist. You have music, and music kind of sits within a certain BPM. If you in the hundreds, you know, then you probably up tempo party record, 60, 50s. When nothing but a G thing came out, that was a party record. That's 60, 70 BPM. So the thing changes, the asset changes over time, and you just have to find the vehicle for that asset of music.
Let me give you an example. Do you think Drake is
That's
an
your
asset?
second example.
You think Drake is an asset?
I think Drake is a flash in the pan, once in a lifetime genius rapper who's been the number one rapper for 15, 20 years.
Which is an
You
outlier.
can't say, you know, if you talk about Ford versus Ferrari, Drake is Ford because he changed the way that things are done. It wasn't the flashiest
right.
thing,
You're right.
but them Ferraris was crashing
right.
and burning and decapitating niggas. So the best looking thing ain't always the one.
We're going to take it off of Drake. Meek Mill is an asset. Meek Mill is an asset for the people that generate income from him. But they might be generating more money than him.
I'm with you. So
You get what I'm saying?
No, they're
he's
assets.
a rental property. He's a rental
asset.
property for them.
He's an asset, but what I'm saying is, even though as an artist you're the asset, you're not necessarily the product, and that's why you not being a product, they can throw you to the side.
They
and
can
fuck
kick
you
you
over.
out in a minute.
I tell him all the time, it ain't nobody's fault what's happening because if you sit in a label means like, yeah, man, I really just want to buy a house and take care of my people and create my art, they gonna look at you fucking crazy. But if you go in there and say, I'm trying to be the best rapper in the world and I want to shit on niggas and I want to drop a classic, they gonna start dancing on the table, all that other bull weird shit.
I hate when they dance on the table. Yo, please don't dance on the table no more. Ever again.
They dance on the table.
Bobby ain't catch another record since he danced on that table.
Yeah, that was.
It's like
that was
the
fucked up.
table curse. And that's my man too. Not too much on Bobby, but that was crazy.
And no more tables.
Yeah, please, yo.
Man, look, buy a house, fool, and don't buy an expensive house.
Moderate.
Buy a moderate house, get you a little fixer upper, you know what I mean? Stop paying for them security guards. Don't get that HOA with that gate. Ain't nobody looking for your bitch ass. You don't got no felony.
Nah, but the women want to come through the gate.
Look, man. Nobody looking for your bitch ass. Okay? You are a bitch. And it's okay to be a bitch. You could be James Baldwin. Stop trying to be tough. I say that with love. Which camera? I'm right here. You are a bitch. Your mama raised a good boy.
Oh, man.
Be that. You
That's
embarrassing granny.
Niggas don't want to be good men anymore. You a good, kind-hearted soul.
You got a good heart, my nigga. Stop trying to be tough. You are a bitch. You was born a bitch. You led prayer, praise dance teams.
Yo, you contradicting yourself, yo.
But it's okay.
Yo, you calling them You just said we don't supposed to lean into that, but you calling them a bitch with negative connotations for being a good
I'm not
boy.
saying.
I don't hear it negative.
I'm not saying it's negative. What I'm saying is the world gonna call you a bitch, and it's okay to be that.
And Vince gonna call
You
you
know
one
what I'm saying?
too.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know the difference. We're not gonna act like these things don't exist. These are
You're right.
social
You're
norms.
1,000%
It's okay to be a
right.
bitch because I'm telling you,